Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something. Success ain't reserved for the lucky ones. It ain't just for the folks born with money, talent, or connections. No, sir. Success is for the ones who are willing to do what most people won't do. And that's why most people fail. See, failure ain't about bad luck. It's about bad habits, bad choices, and a bad mindset. The truth is, the people who fail and stay down are the ones who never understood the real game. But the good news is, you ain't got to be one of them. You can avoid failure and claim the life that's meant for you. So today I'm going to break it down for you, the top reasons why people fail and how you can dodge these traps like a pro. Most people fail before they even start. Why? Because they're scared. Scared of losing stupid, scared of losing money, scared of what people might say. Man, let me tell you something. Fear is the devil's best trick. Fear keeps folks sitting on the sidelines while somebody else scores the touchdown. You ever seen a little kid learning to walk? That baby falls over and over again. They scrape their knees, they bump their heads, but they don't quit. Why? Because quitting ain't in their nature. But somewhere along the way, grown folks let fear take over. They start doubting, hesitating, playing it safe, and that's how dreams die. Let me tell y'all a truth that changed my life. Failure ain't the opposite of success. It's part of it. You got to fail your way to the top. You think Michael Jordan never missed a shot? You think Oprah never heard no? I got rejected for years before I made it in comedy. But I ain't let that stop me. I let it teach me. Every failure is a lesson, and every lesson gets you closer to where you're supposed to be. So here's the deal. If you want to win, you got to step out on faith. You got to take the shot, even if you might miss. Because I promise you this, ain't nobody ever made it by standing still. People, listen to dream killers. Everybody's got a dream, but too many folks let the wrong people talk them out of it. These are the dream killers, the haters, the doubters, even some of your own family and friends. You ever tell somebody your big idea and they hit you with, man, that'll never work, or you should just be realistic? That's a dream killer talking. Listen to me. If you let other people control your dreams, you will never live the life you're meant to have. See, most folks can't see past their own fears. So when you tell them you want to do something big, they project their fears onto you. But that ain't your burden to carry. Here's what you do. Keep your big dreams to yourself until you're strong enough to protect them. Work in silence and let your success make the noise. Because when you finally make it, them same folks who doubted you gonna be asking how you did it. Lack of discipline and consistency. Look, success ain't about how talented you are. It ain't about luck. It's about discipline. It's about doing what you gotta do even when you don't feel like doing it. Most people start strong but give up too soon. They hit the gym for a week, don't see results, and quit. They start a business, don't get rich overnight, and quit. You gotta understand, success is a long game. The people who win are the ones who keep going when everybody else stops. I remember when I was grinding as a comedian, man, I wasn't making no money. I was sleeping in my car, but I ain't quit. I kept showing up, kept telling jokes, kept perfecting my craft, and eventually I got my shot. Here's the truth. If you show up every day and put in the work, success has to come. It's just a matter of time. So stay disciplined, stay consistent, because the folks who stay in the game long enough are the ones who win. Making excuses instead of making moves. Now, this one right here, this is where most people go wrong. They make too many excuses. I'm too old. I don't have enough money. I don't have the right connections. Man, let me tell you something. Excuses don't pay bills. Excuses don't build businesses. Excuses don't change lives. You got to stop focusing on what you don't have and start working with what you do have. You might not have money, but do you have time? Use it to learn, to practice, to build. You might not have connections, but can you put yourself in the right places? Can you network, reach out, and hustle your way in? Let me tell you, I started with nothing, no money, no connections, just a dream and the willingness to work. And guess what? That was enough. Because when you stop making excuses and start making moves, life will open up doors for you. Giving up too soon. Most people don't fail because they weren't good enough. They fail because they quit too soon. Let me put it to you like this. Imagine you're digging for gold. You're working hard, sweating, swinging that pickaxe, but you don't see nothing, so you quit and you walk away. But if you had just kept going for one more day, you would have hit the jackpot. That's how life works. Too many people quit when they're this close to success. They get tired, they get frustrated, they let temporary pain make them give up on permanent blessings. But here's what you got to understand. Success don't come when you want it to. It comes when you've earned it. And the only way to earn it is to keep going. Waiting for the perfect time, man. Listen, if you're waiting for the perfect time to start chasing your dreams, you're going to be waiting forever. Too many people sit around saying, I'll start when I have more money. I'll do it when the kids are older. I'll take the risk when the timing is right. But let me tell you the truth, there ain't no perfect time. See, life don't work like that. The stars ain't gonna magically line up for you. The right moment ain't coming. You gotta create your own moment. Look, when I was younger, I knew I wanted to be a comedian, but I was broke. I had a wife, kids, and a job that barely paid the bills. I could have told myself, now ain't the right time, but I didn't. I stepped out on faith, I took a chance, and yeah, it was hard, I struggled, but guess what? If I had waited for the perfect time, I'd still be waiting. Here's what I need you to understand. Every successful person started when things weren't perfect. They started when they were scared, when they were broke, when they didn't have all the answers, but they started anyway. So stop telling yourself you need to wait. The only time you have is right now. Start with what you got, use what you know, take the first step, and the rest will fall into place. Not willing to sacrifice. Everybody wants success, but not everybody wants to pay the price for it. See, you can't have success without sacrifice. You want that dream body, you gotta sacrifice junk food and lazy days. You wanna build a business, you gotta sacrifice sleep, parties, and comfort. Too many people say, I want to be successful, but when it's time to wake up early, put in the extra work, or miss out on fun, they ain't willing to do it, and that's why they fail. Let me tell you something real. When I was chasing my dream, I sacrificed everything. I was homeless, sleeping in my car, going hungry, but I never gave up because I knew the struggle was temporary, but success would be forever. See, the people who make it understand this. Success don't come cheap. It's going to cost you time. It's going to cost you energy. It's going to cost you some sleepless nights. But if you're willing to pay that price, the rewards are unbelievable. So ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice to get where you want to be? If the answer is nothing, then you ain't serious about success. Waiting for the perfect time, man, listen. If you're waiting for the perfect time to start chasing your dreams, you're going to be waiting forever. Too many people sit around saying, I'll start when I have more money. I'll do it when the kids are older. I'll take the risk when the timing is right. But let me tell you the truth. There ain't no perfect time. See, life don't work like that. The stars ain't going to magically line up for you. The right moment ain't coming. You got to create your own moment. Look, when I was younger, I knew I wanted to be a comedian, but I was broke. I had a wife, kids, and a job that barely paid the bills. I could have told myself now ain't the right time, but I didn't. I stepped out on faith, I took a chance, and yeah, it was hard, I struggled. But guess what? If I had waited for the perfect time, I'd still be waiting. And here's what I need you to understand. Every successful person started when things weren't perfect. They started when they were scared, when they were broke, when they didn't have all the answers, but they started anyway. So stop telling yourself you need to wait. The only time you have is right now. Start with what you got, use what you know, Take the first step and the rest will fall into place. Not willing to sacrifice. Everybody wants success, but not everybody wants to pay the price for it. See, you can't have success without sacrifice. You want that dream body, you got to sacrifice junk food and lazy days. You want to build a business, you got to sacrifice sleep, parties, and comfort. Too many people say, I want to be successful, but when it's time to wake up early, put in the extra work, or miss out on fun, they ain't willing to do it. And that's why they fail. Let me tell you something real. When I was chasing my dream, I sacrificed everything. I was homeless, sleeping in my car, going hungry, but I never gave up because I knew the struggle was temporary, but success would be forever. See, the people who make it understand this. Success don't come cheap. It's going to cost you time. It's going to cost you energy. It's going to cost you some sleepless nights. But if you're willing to pay that price, the rewards are unbelievable. So ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice to get where you want to be? If the answer is nothing, then you ain't serious about success. Not taking responsibility. Now, this one right here, this is the difference between winners and losers. See, most people fail because they blame everybody but themselves. They say, I didn't make it because my boss didn't like me. I couldn't succeed because my family didn't support me. I didn't win because life ain't fair. Man, let me tell you something. Life ain't fair to nobody. But the people who succeed, they don't waste time making excuses. They take responsibility. They say it's on me. You got to understand, your success is nobody else's job but yours. Not your boss, not your parents, not the government. You. The moment you stop blaming the world and start taking charge, that's when your life changes. Look, I could have blamed my failures on a million things. I grew up poor. I got rejected. I struggled, but instead of complaining, I got up and did something about it, and that's why I'm standing here today. So if your life ain't where you want it to be, ask yourself, what can I do to change it? Because the day you take full responsibility is the day you take full control. Surrounding yourself with the wrong people. Let me tell y'all something. Who you hang around will make or break your success. You can have the biggest dreams in the world, but if you're surrounded by negative, lazy, small-minded people, you ain't going nowhere. See, energy is contagious. If you hang around 5 broke people, guess what? You gonna be the 6th one. If you hang around 5 complainers, you gonna start complaining too. That's why successful people are careful about their circle. They surround themselves with winners, hustlers, and go-getters. I remember when I was trying to make it in comedy, I had folks telling me, Steve, that's crazy. You should get a real job. They wasn't dreamers. They was doubters. And if I had listened to them, I'd still be broke working some job I hated. Instead, I found people who believed in me, people who pushed me to be better, and that made all the difference. So here's what you got to do. Start cutting off negative people. I don't care if it's family, childhood friends, or coworkers. If they ain't adding to your life, they subtracting from it. Get around folks who inspire you, challenge you, and push you toward your dreams. Success is a team sport. You can't win the championship if you're playing with losers. Not investing in yourself. Now listen to me carefully. If you ain't investing in yourself, you're cheating yourself. The biggest mistake people make is thinking they can get to the top without learning, growing, and improving. See, people will spend money on clothes, cars, and entertainment, but when it comes to books, courses, mentorship, or personal development, suddenly they can't afford it. Man, that's back. The best investment you will ever make is in you. When I was young, I didn't have money for fancy schools or training, but you know what I did? I studied successful people. I watched them. I learned from them. I listened to every piece of wisdom I could find because I knew one thing. If I could improve myself, I could improve my life. So here's my advice. Never stop learning. Read books, take classes, get a mentor. Whatever you do, keep growing because the day you stop learning is the day you stop winning. Lack of patience. Now this right here, This is what kills most dreams. People want success overnight. They want the money, the fame, the rewards, but they don't want to wait for it. Let me tell you something. Great things take time. You don't plant a seed today and get a tree tomorrow. You got to water it, nurture it, and give it time to grow. Success is the same way. See, when people don't see instant results, they quit. They give up. They say, maybe it's not meant for me. Man, you were probably just one step away from your breakthrough. When I was chasing my dream, I struggled for years. I didn't make it overnight. I worked small gigs, slept in my car, and faced rejection after rejection. But I stayed patient. I kept working, and eventually I got my shot. So here's my message to you. Be patient and stay consistent. Just cause it ain't happening fast don't mean it ain't happening. Your time will come, but only if you don't quit. Not having a clear vision, let me tell y'all something. You can't hit a target you can't see. Too many people are out here living life with no direction. They wake up, go to work, come home, scroll through social media, and repeat. No goals, no plans, no vision. Then they wonder why they stuck. Listen to me. If you don't know where you're going, you will never get there. You got to have a vision for your life. You got to know what success looks like for you. It don't have to be the same as mine or anybody else's, but it has to be clear. See, successful people don't just wake up and hope things work out. They plan their future. They set goals. They write things down. And most importantly, they act on it. I'll never forget when I first got the vision to be on TV. I wasn't famous, I wasn't rich, but I knew that was my destiny. So every decision I made, every move I took, it was all in alignment with that vision. And guess what? It happened. So let me ask you, what's your vision? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years? If you can't answer that, it's time to sit down and figure it out. Because if you don't have a plan, life will make one for you. And trust me, you ain't gonna like it. Quitting after rejection now. This one right here, this is where most folks give up. They try something one time, they hear a no, and they quit. Listen, rejection is part of the process. Ain't nobody made it to the top without getting told no 100 times. But the difference between winners and losers? Winners don't let rejection stop them. I remember the first time I did stand-up comedy, I bombed. Nobody laughed. I walked off that stage embarrassed. But did I quit? No, I got back up there again and again until I got better. See, every rejection is a test. It's the world asking, how bad do you really want this? Most people fail the test. But the ones who keep going, the ones who take every no and turn it into motivation, those are the ones who make it. So hear me loud and clear. If you give up after rejection, you don't deserve success. Keep knocking, keep pushing, and one day that door will open. Not taking risks. Now listen, you can't play it safe and expect to win big. Life rewards the bold. The biggest opportunities come to those who are willing to take a chance. Most people never succeed because they're too scared to step out of their comfort zone. They don't want to risk failure, so they stay where it's safe. But let me tell you something. Staying safe is the biggest risk of all. See, when I left my job to chase comedy full time, I had no backup plan. No steady paycheck, just faith and a dream. People thought I was crazy, but guess what? That risk changed my life. If I had played it safe, I'd still be broke, wondering what if. So I'm telling you right now, take that risk. Start that business. Move to that new city. Chase that dream. Will it be scary? Yes. But you know what's even scarier? Living with regret. Now listen, success ain't for the weak. It ain't for the people who wait, who make excuses, or who quit when things get hard. Success is for the ones who take action, sacrifice, and keep pushing no matter what. You got to stop waiting for the perfect time. You got to stop hanging around folks who don't believe in you. You got to stop playing it safe. Because let me tell you something, you only get one life, one shot. And if you don't go after your dreams now, when will you? I don't care where you come from. I don't care how hard your past was. Your future is still in your hands. The question is, what are you going to do with it? You can either keep making excuses or you can start making moves. But at the end of the day, it's on you. So get up, go after what's yours, and remember this. God didn't bring you this far just to leave you. If you keep the faith, if you put in the work, if you refuse to quit, you will win. Now get out there and go claim your victory.